Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Sunday, June 24th, 12:21 a.m. Mountain Time, 2018. You're looking at Kilauea erupting today at Fissure 8 in the East Rift Zone. Less than 24 hours ago, you can see the eruptive activity on the flank of Kilauea is quite vigorous. Amazing footage here coming from multiple sources. The lava rivers are locked in their channels, delivering massive quantities of 1,500 plus degree lava directly into the ocean, creating that laze plume. Now, there is good news. Today's seismic activity has dropped down to 5.2 magnitude, suggesting to some that this volcano, this eruptive event, may be slowing down. Unfortunately, we have some footage to show you later today that really puts that into question. On with the update. Unbelievable weather dampens local farmers' outlook. Look at how damp his outlook looks. I farm with my dad, and I asked him if he's ever seen a spring like this, Di said. He said the combination is unusual. He's seen it cold for longer than normal, and he's seen too much rain, but he's never seen them both the way he's seen them this year. Mary and Ken West, who own Mount Olympus Berry Farm in Caroline County, said conditions were great for growing strawberries, even though planting occurred later than they would have liked, all due to the onset of the grand solar minimum, as they describe as unbelievable. Weather Ready Nation map heat and excessive heat warning advisory stretch from California to Texas to the southeast. Major severe weather threat on Sunday across the Central Plains. A ridge of high pressure will dominate the southern tier of the country and will produce heat advisories, excessive heat warnings from California to Texas. Now, this is good news for us because this means the onset of the monsoon here in the Four Corners region. When the desert in Arizona reaches 115 degrees, the monsoonal flow can come up from the Sea of Cortez into the Four Corners region and put out the fires that are burning. We're still in a high fire weather watch with red flag warnings in this region, so we could use the rain. A major severe weather threat will exist over the Central Plains as a moderate risk is in effect for destructive winds and heavy hail. That's northern Oklahoma, southern Kansas for the next 24 hours. Cold winters can squeeze the life out of lemon trees. However, they also kill grass. So if you come down here and it says, Dear Neil, I have a property in South Texas where I have Meyer lemon trees that has borne fruit regularly up until 2 years. The past 2 years, no blooms, no fruit. There's an orange tree nearby, so it should get pollinated. And I had trimmed it 18 months ago. What's the problem? Dear Neil, the problem is it's extremely cold, and they're the cause of your problems. The past 2 winters, both extremely cold, were the cause of your problems. Hey, Tim, I don't think you're going to be getting any lemons anytime soon on your Meyer lemons. Put them in a greenhouse. Lambing losses estimated at record levels for 2018. According to the assessment carried out by the National Fallen Stock Company in UK, sheep mortality during 2018 is the highest they've ever recorded since they started recording. And it's not because of the heat. Let's check out the Northern Hemisphere. Snow falling in the Carpathian Mountains of the Ukraine. Where can you get information like this except for Oppenheimer Ranch Project? Snow has fallen in the mountainous regions of the Ivano-Frankivsk region of the thickness of 13 millimeters. Ground frost expected tomorrow. Snow mixed with rain has fallen in the Carpathians, covering up to 13 millimeters in the mountain peaks. Tomorrow we expect a drop in the temperatures in the mountain regions 1 to 2 degrees below zero. That's what they said. Yeah, it's summer. Daily landslides hit Fakant, not a bad word, township, Kachin State, Myanmar. Heads up, David Dubine. That's where he's at. Probably not in these huts that are crushed. 6 people have been killed Friday, June 22nd, after heavy monsoon rains caused floods and landslides in Fakant Township, Kachin State, Myanmar. According to the government sources, the landslides occurred near a Patim Bridge Police officers, local authorities, social organizations rushed to the scene to clear the debris, the government said. Is that what they said? Seismic update. No quakes of note. We have 2 minor sunspot regions kicking off small solar flares, bringing us into geomagnetic instability over the last 24 hours, resulting in quiescence in seismic activity. We had a 5.2 kickoff, like I said, at a depth of negative 1.1 kilometers, which means it was almost 1,100 meters off the ground, that particular explosion. We're going to look at it in a second. No other quakes of note, except we can say Mayotte at a 4.3 has not stopped rocking for months. So we're waiting for a huge volcanic event to emanate from that region. Worldwide volcano news, Sabancaya today, intermittent emissions. Ducono, Reventador also on the list. Check them out. Down below where it says show more. Kids, we're going to look at the footage today from Kilauea volcano as a massive seismic flurry causes the entire region to collapse in 4, 3, 2. Look over here. You're going to see a new rift form. Boom. Right here, this white crack opening up. At the same time, the entire caldera collapses on both sides. Both sides collapsing down now into the collapse zone. There's a 10, another 10. So this is the 5.2 seismic event, widening, ever widening the caldera, and the camera in question filming this is at threat for being lost into this hole. I'll leave you links to all this. Thank you, YT, for the footage. Absolutely amazing. So come over here to Volcano YT, subscribe, and give him a thumbs up. Tell him Diamond sent you. Don't say anything to these people. Check out this lightning branch strike that hits ground in the UK. It is exceptional. Mind-blowing. That's better. These guys were so excited when they saw the storm rolling in. They came and looked. Look at the branching lightning, plasma discharge arc, positive return. Anyone in this area is totally not happy. If you were standing below this, you would literally explode. Helmets are not going to help you with this lightning bolt. It's too good to not look at again. Let's do it from the beginning. Branch, plasma discharge, positive return. Here comes the branch. That is a scary drive. Guys, you can get links down. Check out show more. Let's talk about micro dwarf tomatoes. If you watch my geothermal greenhouse update when I showed you that I have these micro dwarf tomatoes, I called them bird's nest. I was incorrect. I finally had to research to find out what seeds I actually have here, and they're red robin. And there are 3, 6, 9, over 12 varieties of micro dwarf seeds coming from the Heritage Seed Market, sent in from a viewer they're picking up what we're putting down, and they're checking, crossing our T's and dotting our I's, so to speak. So if you have a greenhouse and you want high output of delicious, flavorful tomatoes, you can buy these right now and have a huge crop this year. The only problem is these are hybrid tomatoes, so they're only going to last you 1 season. Okay, so this is not what you're looking for long-term stock and supply, but to get your feet wet to grow an easy, tiny tomato where you have a big yield, try one of these particular micro midgets. They call them micro midgets or micro dwarfs. We're growing red robin here in our geothermal greenhouse, and we'll give you an update on their progress. They don't seem to be doing so well. They're determinate, which means they don't continuously produce tomatoes as long as they're alive. We like to look for heirloom, non-GMO, preferably organic, non-determinate tomatoes so that they can grow all the way towards Christmas. We'll leave you links down below for this. A couple of you were asking about the app that turns your phone into a cosmic ray detector. No joke. It's called Crayfus. Yes, it's right here. You got a beta test app for Android, a beta test for iOS. Yes, that's you, Apple. Spread the word. There's already 7.7 million candidate hits, 300,000 in the last hour. So this is blowing up. If you don't know what I'm talking about, click About over here at the Crayfish app. Sorry, I thought I had it open. Just come over here up top and click About, and you can read about crayfish. If you are illiterate and you don't know how to read, they're going to give you a YouTube video because you're just probably lazy. And this total D-bag with a $400 tailored shirt is going to tell you what it's all about. Cosmic rays, how to find them, the idea, your phone is a detector, the app, and the science. And guess what? In addition to learning about astrophysics, you get to actually be an astrophysicist by joining the collaboration and expanding their detector. Anyone whose cell phone collects enough data has the option to be made an author, which makes them an astrophysicist of at least one scientific paper. That is a hella offer, guys. So stop sitting on the couch and watching YouTube videos and buy a really good phone and become an author without doing anything. And that's a boom. Over 1 million space rocks could strike Earth with more energy than a nuclear bomb, and we don't know where most of them are. Well, in fact, we know where all of them are. They're in space. So this is complete fake news. Glad I could fix that. You guys know about Pierce Corbin? Totally insane hair, totally awesome weather forecaster. He finally got in contact with us. He's totally stoked to be on the show. We're going to look for July 4th to get him on here. Stay tuned. If you want to learn more about Piers, you can read his Wikipedia or check him out on Twitter. He's a meteorologist that beat the UK government experts year after year. Here's his website, WeatherAction.com. I'll leave you links to it. You got to pay a couple dollars to get his forecasts, but they're the best. So, heads up. I'll leave you links to that down below. Let's check out Pierce's forecast for the coming weeks for North America. We're talking June 26th through July 2nd. Hurricane warning, Gulf strike, New Orleans. July 29th, plus or minus a day. You see his arrow. We're going to see how good his predictions are because he's coming on the show. This is a long-term for prediction. He's predicting landfall on the 29th. Whew. Man, that man's got some cojones. Yeah, he's got some balls. We make predictions like that, and they come true. Our predictions are based on historical data, sunspots, and my limited knowledge of meteorology. But Pierce has a couple more years staring at these weather maps. Now, he says there's a likely pattern shift to more north-south. Active low pressure band. We're talking large, high East U.S., large hail, East USA, Great Lakes, and Northeast. Heads up, Northeast and Eastern U.S. Large hail predicted by Pierce coming in the second week of summer. Florida high becoming lower as hurricane hits, and a high in the Central Rockies. So come check out Pierce Corbin. He's going to be on the show. I'll give you more details. That's a heads up. Guys, I hope you got something out of the video. I have some secret information to share with you. Yes. Anita Bailey, PhD, is going to be coming on the show this Wednesday. That is the inconvenient truth. We're going to be talking about CMEs, EMPs, and preparedness. Now, she's been working on this presentation for months, so you better mark some time on your schedule to take 2 hours to listen to what we have to say. Very important information coming up this Wednesday on the radio show. Let's check the UAH satellite-based temperature. 0.67 degree drop since February 2016. Almost 0.5 degrees just in the last 6 months. Them's is the facts. Come over here to the CMIP6 data, and you can see that for the next 2 years, we're going to be in deep solar minimum between 24 and 25. The weather is going to progressively get worse, and this is the key time you need to be preparing, because at this juncture, anything can happen and rapidly cause the system to fail. If you're not ready at that point, what you have is what you have. And you better make use of it. One other thing, Abundant Harvest about to be released. We're working on the final edits. Are you prepared for the future? Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. And that's a boom. Check out our radio show this Wednesday with Anita Bailey, PhD. We're going to be talking about EMP CME preparedness, and you don't want to miss it. Be safe.